Today I brought up you with Micro-Organisms part 2 lesson. You can watch my Micro-Organisms part 1 in previous video, and as I told you, today I'm going to do the microorganisms lesson from applications of microorganisms in medical field. So today I'm going to over the lesson of grade 9 first chapter microorganisms, and let's go to the lesson. Before that, I request from you all, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and let's go to the video.
Organisms. Application of microorganisms in medical field. Today, with the development of the technology, microbes are very often used for medical purposes. Today, there are three ways of using microbes in medical field. First one is making antibiotics for the production of vaccines. Third one for the manufacture of antitoxins. You can see here a picture of antitoxin and here a vaccine for against COVID-19, and this is an antibiotic. So for the production of antibiotics. In medical field, microbes are firstly used for the production of antibiotics. So what are antibiotics? An antibiotic is a substance produced by one microorganism that is capable of destroying or inhibiting the growth of another microorganism or sabotage that microorganism is called antibiotics. So you can see here some types of antibiotics. Antibiotics are mainly used to destroy bacterial or fungal infections, but they cannot fight, kill, or act against virus. This is a main point that you should remember when talking about antibiotics. Any antibiotic can't kill or act against viruses. So the other one is for the vaccine production, bacteria and fungus are mainly used. Bacteria and fungus are the mainly used types of microbes for the vaccine production. And the other one, antibiotics are not harmful to the human body if we use it according to correct advice. It means according to a doctor's prescription or something like that. If we use it in an incorrect manner, there may be harmful side effects as well. It is mainly related to humans. So the antibiotic name penicillin is made by the fungi called Penicillium. We know that is a common antibiotic for all. This is penicillin, and this penicillin is made by a fungi called Penicillium. And there are many examples for antibiotics. I have written only 8. First one is penicillin, second one amoxicillin, third one tetracycline, fourth one erythromycin, and fifth one griseofulvin, and sixth one ampicillin, seventh one methicillin, and eighth one oxacillin. And when talking about antibiotics, this is the first one that we discussed, penicillin. We told that it is made by a fungus called Penicillium. So this is the penicillin, and this is amoxicillin, and this is erythromycin, and this is griseofulvin. This is ampicillin, and this is methicillin. So this is oxacillin. Oxacillin is used as injections too, and as vaccines, as antibiotics as well. So the birth of penicillin. The antibiotics known as penicillin was invented by the Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming. This penicillin antibiotics was invented and relieved by the Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming. So it has been made by microbe called Penicillium notatum, as I told. So you can see here a picture of the Scottish scientist Alexander Fleming. This is the picture. And producing vaccines. A vaccine typically contains an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed forms of the microbe from its nature. You can see here destroyed or inactivated causative agent. This is the first way of producing vaccines using microorganisms. Destroyed or inactivated causative agent. The best example for it is polio. Second one, causative agent whose growth is inactivated. It means the microbe is living but his growth is inactivated. Examples for that is measles, mumps, chickenpox and rubella vaccines and rabies vaccines. So here you can see this is a vaccine used for measles, mumps, rubella. This is the vaccine used for these three diseases. And the third one is toxicity of the causative agent is inactivated chemically. It means the toxicity of the microbe is inactivated by using a chemical method. Example is diphtheria and tetanus vaccines. Fourth one, parts of causative agents, cells or viruses. It we known as genetic engineering simply. So the best example for it is hepatitis B vaccine. So let's move on. Producing antitoxins. What are antitoxins? Toxicity of the causative agent is inactivated chemically and given as vaccines. They are known as antitoxins. It means the causative agent, the toxicity of that agent is chemically stopped and inactivated, and those vaccines are called antitoxins. Examples are tetanus vaccines, as I told. So the second point is biochemical substances produced by pathogenic bacteria which harm the host's activity are known as toxins. Antitoxins are synthesized using these toxins by removing its toxic components. It is a further information about antitoxins. Both these definitions are correct for antitoxins. You can see here tetanus virus is considered as an antitoxin. So the third main point in our lesson is application of microbes in industries. We discussed about application of microbes in agriculture. Second one, applications of microbes in medical field. And now we are talking about application of microbes in industries. Industrial microbiology. What is meant by this? Various strains of microbes are used for research and economic benefits. Using microorganisms in industrial activities for economic benefits is known as industrial microbiology. This is the correct definition for industrial microbiology. Example is you can see here the industry, and in the other side you can see the microorganism you used to use in this industry. So in a bakery industry, we mainly use Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Saccharomyces means we simply know it as yeast. Saccharomyces cerevisiae means yeast. And in vinegar industry, we use Acidobacter. We know that sweet toddy converts into toddy by using yeast, and yeast converts into vinegar by using Acidobacter bacteria. The full name of Acidobacter is Acidobacter aceti. And in alcohol industry, we use Saccharomyces cerevisiae for it as well. And the fourth one is milk-based products such as yogurt, curd, and like that way we use Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. These are the main two types of microorganisms that we use in milk-based products. And the other one is biogas production. In biogas production as well, we use microorganisms. So this is also main point that we use microorganisms for industries. What is meant by biogas production? A mixture containing organic materials such as straw, cow dung, and water is used to produce biogas. Anaerobic bacteria such as Methanococcus react on these organic surfaces and produce biogas. In biogas production, we know that Methanococcus, the anaerobic bacteria such as Methanococcus is considered as an anaerobic bacteria. These types of bacteria are mostly helpful in biogas production, and we know that when talking about biogas, It means typically methane gas. So this can be used as an energy source. Biogas can be used as an energy source because methanococcus react on these organic matters and naturally it produces methane gas. So methane gas is an energy source. So biogas production can be used as an energy source as well. So let's move on. Metal extraction. Some metal ores contains very less amount of metal. Using of microorganisms for extracting such metals is known as bioleaching. Metal extraction means the extraction of metals. So what is meant by bioleaching? Using of microorganisms for extracting such metals is known as bioleaching. The extraction of metals in very less ores is known as bioleaching, and the best example for bioleaching is copper and uranium are extracted by this method. Copper and uranium, the main two metals used in industrial field. Copper and uranium is bioleached by using metal extraction. And you can see here the way of metal extraction and productions based on plant fibers. In industrial field, microbes are used in plant fibers to production of plant fibers as well. So, what are the productions based on plant fibers? Plant fibers are used for various products, and these fibers are separated by using bacteria. Plant fibers are mainly separated by using bacteria. Coconut, hemp, palmyra, and agave plants are used to get fiber. The compound pectate, which is among the fibers, keep them bound together. The, the thing that keep the fibers bound together is the pectate, which is among the fibers. So the pectinous enzyme, which is produced by the relevant bacteria, helps to separate these fibers by digesting pectate. To separate these fibers, we use pectinous enzyme, and these pectinous enzyme digest the pectate and it helps to separate these fibers. So you can see here a plant fiber uh, done by the help of microorganisms, bacteria, and bioremediation. What is meant by bioremediation? Microorganisms are commonly used for environmental conservation. The technology used to remove environmental pollutants using microorganisms is known as bioremediation. There are three types of bioremediation: biostimulation, bioaugmentation, intrinsic bioremediation. So you can see here bioremediation by using plants, fungi, and bacteria. We can destroy these toxins in these organic matters and the chemicals released by industries, and by that process we can have a green earth. It means uh, no no any chemicals or toxins. So the instances where bioremediation is applied. So what are the instances in day-to-day life, in daily routine? We know there are chemicals are added to the water as well as into the atmosphere. Due to the development of the technology, bioremediation concept is invented. So, bioremediation is mainly done by microorganisms, and the process of doing this is they destroy all the harmful toxins and chemicals in these as example, just we take water. When water is released from industries, it contains harmful toxins. So the function of these bacteria or the functions of these microbes is to destroy the toxins or chemicals and make pure water and release it into oceans, rivers, or something like that. So this is called bioremediation. And instances where bioremediation is used is microbes are used to decompose the organic waste matter in polluted water. This is also an instance where bioremediation is applied. And pseudomonas, a kind of a bacteria which is released on the ocean water for the decomposition of oil layers on earth. Pseudomonas. This is a bacteria which releases into oceans or water bodies for the decomposition of oil layers. We know in oceans, in water bodies, there are oil layers. For the decomposition of oil layers, we use pseudomonas to decompose all that oil layers. An enzyme released by this microorganism disposes the hydrocarbons in oil, and this helps to destroy all the hydrocarbons in oil. So the other one is heavy metals such as chromium, lead, and mercury are released to the environment from different industries. This polluted water is sent through a tower which contains bacteria to remove these toxic heavy metals from water. It is the thing that I told previously. Let's move on. Reasons for using microbes in industry. So, what are the reasons for using microbes in industries? Because they high metabolic and growth rate. They reproduce very fast, and that is the main reason for using microbes in industry. Second one, can grow on different substratum and environments. Third one, have simple genetic material so that it can be easily handled in genetic engineering. Cheap or free, it means no money cost or it is cheap. So less environmental pollution, no much power is needed. It means no labor power. It can be simply done by using microorganisms. So adverse effects of microorganisms, up to here we talked about beneficial effects of microorganisms. I told in the previous video that there are adverse effects of microorganisms as well. The adverse effects of microorganisms is harmful microbes produce toxins to spoil our food, leading to food poisoning. This is we simply known as food spoilage. Food spoilage means food become unfavorable for consumption due to the changes of its nature or its properties. And the second one is that harmful microbes can spoil our leather, clothing, and etc. It means damages our furniture, clothes. And harmful microbes cause diseases in humans, animals, and plants. It means spread infectious diseases and causing diseases. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa are the groups of microorganisms that cause diseases. A microorganism that has the potential to cause a disease is called a pathogen. A pathogen means that has the potential. It means that has an energy to cause to a disease. This is called a pathogen. Mosquitoes and flies are vectors. Vectors means the ones who carry disease. It means spread diseases. Mosquitoes and flies are vectors which carry the pathogen to the host. Host means the one who bears this disease. And host is an organism who provides its body inside or outside as substrate to growth of the pathogen. So the first one that we made is pathogen. A pathogen means that one who cares for a disease, and vectors means the one who spread the disease, and the host means the organisms that is grabbed by the disease. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so you can see here pathogen, disease, spread of method where the pathogen enters the body. Virus, cold, method of spread is air, pathogen enters the body is through respiratory system. Dengue, method of spread is mosquito vectors, and the way that the pathogen enters the body is to the skin by mosquito bites. AIDS, it means acquired immunity deficiency syndrome. AIDS stands for acquired immunity deficiency syndrome, and the method of spread is blood and other fluids of an infected person. Where the pathogen enters the body is through sexual contacts or blood transfusion. And the bacteria, disease is tuberculosis. Method of spread is air. Where the pathogen enters the body is through respiratory system. And typhoid fever, polluted food, and vectors such as housefly through digestive system with food. The way that the tuberculosis, typhoid fever entered the body. and protozoa, malaria, dis- mosquitoes to the skin by mosquito bites. The way that spread is by mosquito bites, and amoebic dysentery. Uh, the way it spread is polluted water and food, and the way that spread is to digestive system. Leishmaniasis, vectors such as sandfly. It is spread through open wounds on skin. And when talking about fungi, it is pityriasis and rashes. Pityriasis contact of an infected person or through clothes of an infected person. It is spread by through skin, and it is equal to rashes as well. So diseases caused to plants: lead blight, powdery mildew disease, leaf curl disease, and whiting. So you can see here uh, there's some diseases caused to plants. And food spoilage, as I told you, the simple meaning of food spoilage means food become unfavorable for consumption due to the changes of its nature or its properties. So the advance is microorganisms convert the components of the food into unfavorable materials, or they add toxic materials to food, change of physical or chemical nature of food, and as a result, food becomes unsuitable for consumption. You can see here some foods that are not suitable for consumption. The main features of the spoiled food is change texture, flavor, appearance, odor. Both these four qualities are changed when the food is spoiled. So bioweapons. In day-to-day life, we like to hear what are bioweapons. In normal knowledge, in common sense, bioweapons are the microbes or something biologically applied to for military purposes. So that's right. What the definition for that is the toxins produced by microorganisms or harmful pathogenic bacteria or virus which was used for military purposes are known as biological weapons. So Bacillus anthrax. In today, Bacillus anthrax is the most harmful and most powerful biological weapon in world. In military activities or in some in two countries was in a war, they mainly use Bacillus anthrax for biological weapons in the modern with the development of the modern technology. Bacillus anthrax is not a virus; it is a bacteria. Bacillus anthrax is the agent that cares for anthrax disease. So you can see here Bacillus anthrax a diagram.
I think it's crystal clear for you about the whole microorganism lesson. If you have any doubt, don't forget to ask the question in the comment section. So until next time, goodbye. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.